Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 bridesmaids quotes.
I'm glad he's single, because I'm gonna climb that like a tree.
You know what? Why can't you just be happy for me and then go home and talk behind my back later like a normal person?
At first, I did not know that it was your diary. I thought it was a very sad, handwritten book.
For this list, we'll be looking at the funniest and most memorable quotes from the 2011 comedy. Did we miss your favorite quotable line? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Confrontation at Lillian's bridal shower. We're sure many a bridesmaid has considered this edict while in the midst of wedding party insanity, but Kristen Wiig's Annie is too far gone to remember at this point.
What woman gives another woman a trip to Paris? Am I right? Lesbian! We're all thinking it, aren't we?
I'm not.
Between the perfect Helen stealing Annie's idea for a Paris-themed bridal shower, and then one-upping Annie's sweet and meaningful gift to Lillian with an all-expenses-paid trip to Paris, Annie has had enough.
Ooh, delicious stupid cookie. I think I'll...
Her public, messy, but not completely unwarranted meltdown turns into a drag-out fight, and Maya Rudolph's Lillian feels it necessary to remind Annie of this unspoken rule.
Why can't you just be happy for me and then go home and talk behind my back later like a normal person?
But there's nothing normal about talking behind someone's back, especially if it's someone you truly love. Number 9. A fairy tale princess. On the most eventful plane ride ever, the one the bridal party takes from Lillian and Annie's hometown in Milwaukee to Sin City's Las Vegas, many things go wrong.
I can't believe you've never been with anybody else.
Just Kevin.
Starting with almost everyone getting drunk. But this moment between Ellie Kemper's Becca and Wendy McClendon Covey's Rita is almost sweet. Becca and Rita share some real talk about sex and marriage, heightened by the alcohol in their systems, not to mention Rita subtly encouraging Becca to experiment and, quote, find out what she likes.
That's why every girl needs those slutty college years to experiment, get it out of your system, find out what you like.
Sorry, excuse me. Could I have a glass of alcohol when you get a chance?
2 double 7 and 7s.
Rita complains about feeling unseen by her husband, prompting Becca to tell her this truth.
You're more beautiful than Cinderella. You smell like pine needles and you have a face like sunshine.
We can't vouch for the scent of pine needles, but Rita's blonde hair can certainly look like sunshine, at least to a drunk person. Number 8. Awkward pillow talk. Talk about relationship goals. Annie's sometime beau Ted, played with smarmy charm by Jon Hamm, is always going out of his way to make Annie feel like crap.
You look beautiful.
Oh no, I'm sure I look terrible. I just woke up. Are you kidding?
Even in a situation like this where he's trying to be gentle and honest, we can't help but wonder if he is at all aware of how much his words and actions, hell, everything about him, can harm others.
You slept over.
I did.
I thought we had a rule against that.
Especially our hero Annie. We know these two aren't destined to be together, even at this early scene in the movie, but we can't wait for her to figure out that she deserves so much better.
Wow, this is so awkward. I really want you to leave, but I don't know how to say it without sounding like a dick.
Sorry, Ted, no matter how much you try to hide it, you're still a jerk. Number 7. Convenience store conversation with a cop. We love Rhodes. He's such a better partner for Annie than Ted is, even if it takes her a while to figure that out.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
what brings you in here so early?
Just had a bad night, boy stuff.
When Annie runs into Rhodes in the late night market after another bad date with Ted, he's genuinely interested and comforting about Annie's woes.
You want to talk to a cop about it? We're just like priests. Except we can tell everybody about it afterwards.
Oh.
I won't, though.
Chris O'Dowd imbues Rhodes with sweetness, Irish charm, and authenticity when he's encouraging Annie to share her feelings and his carrots with him.
You want a carrot?
Right now?
Yeah. I'll share. I've got plenty.
Sure, I'll have a carrot.
Yeah.
Saying he's allowed to tell other people her secrets afterward may not be the best way to convince her, but at least he's funny and honest about it. And he truly wants to know how Annie feels, unlike Ted the jerk. Number 6, crying in the car.
I don't know. You should know, right? You're her best friend. It's weird that you don't know. You guys are so close.
This is not the first time the expression ugly crier came of use, but the movie moment likely increased its prevalence and popularity. Annie's arch-enemy, Helen, played with delicious condescension by Rose Byrne, approaches Annie for help finding Lillian, who's gone missing on the morning of her wedding.
I think people just ask me to their weddings because I'm good at organizing parties. But I don't have any female friends.
As they're driving around, Helen confesses her sins and begins crying, but doesn't get the sympathetic response she expects from Annie.
Why are you smiling?
This is the first time I've ever seen you look ugly.
Annie's a bit overjoyed to see Helen finally look less than perfect. Even though Helen denies it, vehemently insisting she's still pretty, Annie knows the truth and intentionally tries to hurt Helen by pointing it out.
I look ugly. No, I don't. I don't really look ugly. No.
You're an ugly crier, but that's okay.
No, I'm not really an ugly crier.
Okay, maybe just
no.
Number 5, Heart to Heart with Megan. One of the more heartfelt quotes on this list and in the movie comes from Annie's new close friend Megan.
I'm glad to see you got a little bit of spark in you. I knew that Annie was in there somewhere.
Melissa McCarthy's Megan isn't just hysterically funny, she's there for Annie when Annie most needs a friend. Annie feels that she has nothing left after having lost her job, been kicked out of her apartment, moved back in with her mom, and been exiled from her best friend after their massive fight.
Okay, you lost Lillian. You got another best friend sitting right in front of you if you'd notice.
She complains to Megan that she doesn't have any friends, but Megan refuses to accept that and eventually drops this truth bomb on her. And it's one we can all relate to.
Now you gotta stop feeling sorry for yourself, okay? Because I do not associate with people that blame the world for their problems, because you're your problem, Annie. And you're also your solution.
Megan supports Annie during her all is lost moment, encouraging her and providing her with the real talk she needs. Number 4, Annie's Diary. The world's introduction to Rebel Wilson, future star of the Pitch Perfect movies among other things, featured this classic bon mot.
Bryn needs to start paying rent. That's it. She's been here long enough. The 3 of us live here. It's not fair for me to be paying half. We split it 3 ways. What do you say?
The Australian actor turns on the funny as Annie's roommate Bryn, who was certainly not the sharpest tool in the outhouse.
Well, she can't work. She's on a tourist visa.
Yeah, so technically I'm only allowed to tour.
This was a role written for the comedian after she lost the role of Megan to Melissa McCarthy, and her brother in the film, Matt Lucas, was once Wilson's real-life roommate.
Is this about the diary again?
What diary?
Your diary proved very interesting to read.
You read my journal?
When Annie finds out that Bryn read her diary, Bryn defends herself with this amazingly judgy statement about Annie's pathetic life.
At first, I did not know that it was your diary. I thought it was a very sad, handwritten book.
And clearly the fact that it was a very personal, handwritten book wouldn't have stopped the nosy Bryn from reading it. Number 3, What Megan Wants to Do to Hank from The Office. Melissa McCarthy says this line is part of the movie's incredibly funny introduction to Megan, the rugged but kind-hearted sister of Lillian's fiancé and one of Annie's new fellow bridesmaids.
I met a dolphin down there, and I swear to God that dolphin looked not at me, but into my soul, into my goddamn soul, Annie, and said, "I'm saving you, Megan." Not with his mouth, but he said it, I'm assuming telepathically.
Everyone who meets Annie at the engagement party is so desperate for her to have a partner that they inadvertently pair her up with the nearest in proximity male, even if it's the most unlikely candidate to be her boyfriend.
Hey, shut my mouth. Look at unbelievable. You must be Annie's fella. I'm Megan. It's a pleasure.
When Megan makes this mistake about a tall sea captain looking gentleman, and Annie corrects her, she confides in Annie that she's glad he's not taken because...
I'm glad he's single, because I'm gonna climb that like a tree.
It's so outrageous and unexpected, just like McCarthy's entire Oscar-nominated breakout performance. Number 2, Bridal Shop Fiasco. This is the classic crux of a scene that is the pinnacle of this raunchy comedy, and helped make the movie a gigantic hit.
You're not sick. No. In fact, Helen, I'm hungry, and I wish I had a snack. You're hungry? Starving.
The disgusting, embarrassing, somewhat shocking scene is chock full of hysterical quotes, making it nearly impossible to choose only one. Megan kicks off the literal poop storm to come by apologizing for her enormous belch and her not knowing, quote,
I'm not even confident of which end that came out of.
But which end becomes very clear as she squats on the bathroom sink and yells out this gem.
It's coming out of me like lava!
As the lovely, classy bridesmaids succumb to food poisoning from Annie's sketchy restaurant pick while wearing the bridal shop's beautiful gowns, the scene culminates with poor Lillian actually pooping in a busy street.
Don't you dare ruin that dress!
Well, you're really doing it, aren't you? You're just shitting in the street.
All these factors contribute to making this number 2 on our list. Sorry. Before we unveil our most hilarious number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Bloating, because nearly everything Megan says is quotable.
It's not good to eat a big meal before a fitting, you know, feel a bit bloated, so.
Not me.
No?
Nope. Physically, I don't bloat.
Okay.
It's a gift.
Airplane nightmare, because Wigs co-screenwriter Annie Mamolo says this hysterical line.
I had a dream last night that we went down. Yep, it was terrible. You were in it. What? Oh God, sounds like something's happening.
Maternal guidance, because this sweet advice from Annie's mom is totally relatable.
This is your bottom. I'm telling you, hitting bottom is a good thing. Because there's nowhere to go but up,
Yep.
right?
Yep, that's what you say.
Yeah, positive message.
Yeah.
The mile-high proposition, because McCarthy coming onto her real-life husband Ben Falcone is a sight to behold.
Hey, not Air Marshal John, you want to get back in that restroom and not rest?
No, I have to get back to my seat.
Yeah, you got to get back on my seat. You get it?
Bridal party diss, because Rhodes tells funny truth bombs like no one else.
All of the girls hate me right now.
So you're like the maid of dishonor.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. First Class versus Coach. Besides the fact that this infinitely quotable moment is relatable and useful in many situations, Kristen Wiig's picture-perfect delivery is classic.
She can have my seat, okay? Everyone should experience first class at least once in their lives, and Annie shouldn't miss out just because she can't afford it.
No, ma'am, I'm afraid that's not allowed.
Help me, I'm poor.
This is another hilarious scene that's so jam-packed with great quotes that it's a challenge to choose only one.
Helen, I just feel like I'm excited and I feel relaxed and I'm ready to party.
On the plane ride from hell, Annie is completely off her gourd on alcohol and pills, thanks to Helen's condescending, selfless charity.
We're going to a restaurant tonight. I know the owner, so it's just having...
Annie utters this particularly sarcastic, it's funny because it's true statement, as Helen tries to convince flight attendant Steve to allow Annie to stay in first class. But Steve insists she return to her seat in coach and close the curtain on her way out.
This should be open because it's civil rights. This is the 90s.
Right.
Poor Annie's self-pitying declaration in response to Helen's obvious disdain is funny, yet painfully real. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.